Aren't you forgetting something? This is a list of all of the things in Minecraft that I feel like you forgot that you can just craft. You don't have to go through, you don't have to mine this stuff up from a location. You can just make it in your crafting table. So let's jump in. So here we are inside of Minecraft, and as you can see, I have come up with a list down in this little world, okay? So we're just gonna go one by one. Some of these obviously are more obvious than others, and some of them actually shocked me, and I totally forgot that you could make some of these in-game. First off, starting off with the humble brick. Bricks have been in the game for freaking ever, but a lot of people kind of forget that this is a craftable item that you can use. It's not really in many generated structures. I think a lot of people forget about it very, very easily. My first build ever was actually made using lots of brick. I loved it. It was really hard to come by. And if you forget, the recipe is very, very simple. Let's get rid of that. It is just 4 bricks in the crafting table. You could do this even not in a crafting table. You could do this in just in your inventory, and that is how you make the humble brick. Moving on to quartz. We got chiseled quartz and we have quartz pillars. Both of these, obviously, craftable. We're doing a list of craftable things. It'd be silly to do blocks that you can't craft yourself. These are very simple, but kind of easy to forget how to actually make them. For the pillar, that is the one with the stripes at the top. This just requires 2 blocks on top of each other, and you get one, or you actually get 2 blocks. So it's a 1-for-1 ratio. For the chiseled, we need to first make our quartz into slabs, which is simple. Either doing that, and then take those slabs and place them on top of each other, and then you get 1 block as the output, and it has that cool little design on it right there. Next, moving on to Prismarine Blocks, and we have a whole family of Prismarine Blocks here. First, I don't think people realize that they can craft these at all. They forget that all the time. They almost always harvest these blocks from already found ocean monuments where the Elder Guardians have been destroyed or killed, so that you don't get the mining fatigue and you can mine these up. Pro tip, you can now use TNT quite effectively to destroy all the blocks, because TNT now has a 100% drop rate when destroying blocks. You just need to make sure that there's no water hitting the TNT, but you could effectively destroy all the blocks in a ocean monument if you got rid of all the water first, which may be more of a hassle than that is worth, just to do it without the Elder Guardian around. But here has how to craft all of these. I just have a whole bunch of each. First is Prismarine. This basic Prismarine right here, it almost looks like Prismarine cobblestone. That is a 4, just 4, so a 2x2 to get that Prismarine out. Next is the Prismarine bricks. So those are those cool little things that almost look like scales. That requires 9. So that is a 3x3. And then let's go for the dark Prismarine. That is an interesting one because it still uses an ink sac in its recipe. I would have thought that it would be black dye, but that doesn't work. It has to be an ink sac in the middle, and that will get you dark Prismarine. And then finally is the crystal right there. That is the sea lantern. And that is Prismarine crystals in an X with the Prismarine shards all around the corners. By the way, the reason no one crafts these probably is because it's way harder to get shards and crystals and ink sacs than it is just to mine this stuff up. So that's why probably you never craft them, unless if you happen to have a guardian farm, which is pretty unlikely. Next, this one I shocked my friends with. They totally forgot that you could craft these items, and I just love to tell people about diorite, andesite, and granite. These are all craftable very simply, only using cobblestone and nether quartz. Early in games, I normally jump into the nether just to farm levels because I don't have a good way to get a whole bunch of levels for enchanting. So I tend to have actually a lot of nether quartz just sitting around. And here is how you make your, you have to make you have to start in a progression here, okay? So first you make diorite, okay? And we're gonna make a few of those just so that we can have a few sitting around. That is with this recipe, 2 nether quartz, 2 cobblestone. And you get 2 blocks out of that. Next, in order to upgrade that to andesite, get out of there. There we go. You put cobblestone into it, and that will give you andesite as the output. And then I spoiled the next bit, which is you put it in the crafting recipe with nether quartz, and then you get granite. So that is how you get all 3 of those varieties. And remember, each of those have polished versions as well. Come on, game, work with me here. So you can get a polished variety of each of these after you have crafted them. So if you don't want to go find a big pocket of these things, you can just craft them up yourself. Next is coarse dirt. This is different from regular dirt. So if I just snatch some normal dirt and throw it on top, you can see that there is a slight variation in texture. Coarse dirt is interesting because grass will never grow on it. So you could set it next to a whole bunch of other grass and it will always stay the dirt texture, unlike normal dirt, which will eventually have grass grow on top of it. The recipe is very, very simple. It only requires gravel. So you take, just like kind of the other recipes where you're mixing stuff up together. Oh, get out of here, coarse dirt. I thought you were coarse dirt, not normal dirt. There you go. You put the dirt and the gravel in there, and then you get coarse dirt as the output. Next, moving on, is mossy cobblestone and mossy stone bricks. These things look beautiful. They're great to add some variety to a build or make a build look sort of derelict and old and falling apart. So this is a block that used to be not craftable. In fact, a few of these used to be, there was no way to craft this block, and then it was added into the game later. Specifically, mossy cobblestone was only achievable through the dungeons that naturally generate, that have the spawner in the middle that would spawn either, skeletons or zombies or spiders. So that used to be the only way to get it. I remember I was on a server with someone who had a lot of this stuff, and I was just like amazed. It was like incredible that he had mossy cobblestone. Now you can make it. It's fairly simple. We're just going to use obviously stone bricks or cobble as the base, and then you just add vines to the texture, and that will give you the mossy variety of both of those. I think I gave myself infested bricks. That is not what I wanted. I just want bricks. I don't want bricks. So when you search bricks, it's way down here on the second page. I don't want no silverfish up in here. And there you go. Mossy stone bricks and mossy cobblestone. Very, very nice building blocks. Next is the chiseled block. This is the chiseled stone block. This one is awesome once again for adding that nice little detail in your textures. And this one's a little bit less easy to remember. It's very easy to forget the recipe for this block. It is simple though. It is just stone brick slabs. So first you have to mine up cobble, smelt that into stone, make that stone into bricks, make those bricks into slabs, and then take the slabs and set them on top of each other. And you got some chiseled stone brick for you to build with. Next is Purpur blocks. Purpur blocks are in the end, and in order to craft them, you need end stuff. This was actually some of the inspiration for me actually recording this episode, is that I was harvesting a whole bunch of this stuff, and I kind of forgot that you can just craft it, and especially actually the end rod. So this is kind of the inspiration for why I started recording. And it's very, very simple. Popped coarse fruit is gotten from the coarse plants that grow in the end. You can break those. They give you coarse fruit, and then you throw that into a furnace. It gives you popped coarse fruit. And then you just take 4 and put them in your crafting recipe just like so. And now you got some purpur blocks as a result. Take some of those purpur blocks, make them into slabs, and you can probably see where this is going. 2 slabs on top of each other. That gives you the purpur pillar, which is this. It looks like it has an 8-pack, I'll be honest. That thing, those abs have been working out, let me tell you. So that is the purpur block varieties. And I forgot one. I got to the end of the video and I realized this is the ultimate one because not only did I forget that you can craft this, but I forgot that it should be in my list. So here we go. End stone bricks. These are found in the end cities with the Purpur blocks, and how you craft it is by taking normal end stone and putting it in a 2x2, and that will give you the end stone bricks, which you can use in all your builds. And rods. I totally forgot that you could craft these. This was a shock to me that I was like, you can craft end rods? That's not possible. That is a lie. No, not possible. It's actually so simple. It's a blaze rod, which makes total sense. And the popped coarse fruit at the base, that gives you 4 end rods. This is wonderful news. I need to farm end rods. These are awesome to build with. So once you get to the end rods are not a hard thing to get and to build with. Really, really good stuff. And while we're on the end, okay, we're on a theme here with all the end things. Let's talk a little bit about the end crystal. This thing is incredible. It looks amazing. I love the animation of it. Awesome stuff. If you really want to mess with your friends, craft one of these bad boys and throw it in their house. It needs to be sitting on bedrock or on obsidian. Those are the 2 things that it can be kind of floating on. If you make one of these and then try to set it on grass, it's just not going to work. Okay? That's not how the game is made. So how do you craft one of these? You just need 7 glass, a eye of ender, and a gassed tier. You throw that in there and you got your end crystal. This is also how you reset the dragon fight at the end if you want to fight the dragon and opened up another end gateway. So like I said, you can't put this stuff just on the grass, okay? It has to be put on some... Anyway, this thing is in the way. By the way, if you punch it, it'll explode. So if you put it in your friend's house, sitting on obsidian, not only do they have to get rid of the obsidian, but they have to get rid of it, and it will explode when you punch it. I'm not going to punch it until I've finished with the magma block. Yes, this is obviously easily harvestable in the Nether, but you can craft it using magma cream, which you get from the magma slimes in the Nether as well. Very, very awesome to get the magma block. Magma block, once it's made, does not change back into magma cream. It's not like one of those 3x3 things where you or hay or whatever, where you get the same block back. It doesn't work that way. Okay, now that we've done with that, I'm going to punch the... Oh my gosh, that blew up way more than I was expecting. Okay, we're back. Nothing happened. Oh my God, get rid of that. Get rid of the evidence. Okay. This, it looks like, I'm a little flustered from the explosion. Can't you tell? Okay, this is red nether bricks. These are different from normal nether bricks. Those are much darker. They don't have the same texture at all. So you can use this in your builds to really vary the intensity of the redness in the bricks. I really like it. It's not really used in any natural generation in the world, so it's forgotten about an awful lot. People sometimes don't even know it exists, let alone that you can craft it. So here, how do you craft it? Well, you take some nether brick, you take some nether wart, and that will give you the red nether bricks. And remember, nether bricks can be crafted by smelting just normal nether rack. So if you need some nether bricks because you're like, yo, why doesn't this turn into bricks? Come on, give it to me. That is how you craft your nether bricks. Now, moving on to the Spectral Arrow. This is one of the cool enchanted arrows. This one, whenever you hit something... here, let me give me some and give me a bow, and I'm gonna hit something with it. In fact, I think I may have to hold it just like this, but well, there you go. So now he has a cool highlight. That was super weird that the arrow texture of the thing went away. But anyway, see how he has that highlight? That is what a Spectral Arrow will do. So it'll highlight a player super duper easily. And the recipe is way simpler than I remember. For some reason, I thought you need to make lingering potions, which means that you need to craft a potion, then go get Dragon's Breath, then put that into the potion. It's just complicated as all heck. So this is how you make it with 4 glowstone and an arrow. And you just surround the arrow with the glowstone. Way easy. You get 2 arrows. Somehow, it multiplies the arrows. I don't even know how that works. You get extra arrows. You put one arrow in, you get 2 arrows out. Somehow the glowstone crafts another arrow for you. Anyway, that is a really fun thing to have to prank other people with, because I think anybody on a server can see the highlighted person. Really, really, really cool. Next, some of you I bet don't even know what this thing is. Do you know what it is? That's right, it's a basketball. They have added basketballs to Minecraft. It is a weird fiery, it's a charred it's actually, this was a steak that I tried to make and it burnt pretty bad. No, this is a fire charge. A fire charge is crazy. It's really interesting. Here, can I toss this thing? No, there's no way to use it without a dispenser. Get out of here. I just set that thing on fire. But the fire charge is the same thing that the gas kind of fires at you. So if you use a dispenser, it'll fire out just like the gas is shooting something at you. The way to craft it is with coal, some gunpowder, and a little bit of blaze powder, and that will give you the fire charges. Really, really a cool thing. Not very useful, I'll be honest, but I bet you forgot that you could craft that. Finally is leather. Leather, yeah, the thing you get from cows. Yeah, leather. You can craft leather. You remember how? Rabbit hide. Rabbit hide. If you take rabbit hide, this is really the only thing rabbit hide is useful for. Put it in a 2x2, then you get leather as a result. And I have some bonus things for you. I bet you weren't expecting any bonus items in this whole list. Well, these are technically not craftable. They are, in my opinion, smeltable. So we got right here, we got some super smooth stone, as I like to call it. It's really just called smooth stone, but everyone used to call stone what is now just stone, like that stone, smooth stone. A lot of people call that smooth stone, and cobblestone to be different. And that's it. There we have it. That is all of the things that hopefully you forgot about, because that'd be silly if I made a whole list of things that you remembered. But that is the entire list. There you have it. All of the items that can be crafted, blocks, items, everything that I think that you forgot that you can craft. If there is one that I forgot, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. And also let me know how you did on the list. Did you know all of them? Were you shocked by any? If you were shocked by any, definitely let me know in the comments. That would all be awesome. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big old thumbs up. Really helps the channel. Also, make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. See you next time. Bye.